Now in Good Morning Northwest, breaking news. A new lawsuit filed over the devastating Gray Fire that burned hundreds of homes last summer. Why the insurance companies who represent the victims say Inland Power didn't do enough to prevent this fire from starting.
Another great day today sky-wise, but the winds are going to fire up this afternoon. How gusty and how long they'll last coming your way.
And tonight, it's Walz versus Vance on the debate stage. The candidates for vice president are facing off tonight. The issues they're expected to cover and how you can watch. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Tuesday, October 1st. Robin has the morning off. We're going to kick things off this half hour with Mark Peterson here and a look at our first alert forecast as we kick off a brand new month. But it's feeling very fall out there.
In some areas, more fall than others. I mean, we're 43 into the West Plains, but in Coeur d'Alene, you're sitting at 36 under a clear sky. Radiational cooling is going to affect that. 4 things that we want you to know. It's going to be warmer today. Going to be a breezy evening. In fact, starting this afternoon. Forecast very dry, but we do have a great week ahead weather-wise in the fact that we'll see plenty of sunshine. Forecast radar throughout our area. We're going to start to really see those winds come in this afternoon, tonight. Overnight calming down, cooling down, and then firing back up again for Wednesday afternoon. Still under a sunny condition, but those winds, again, offsetting that. It is now 30 into Deer Park as they continue to cool, 39 into Cheney. Low 40s along the I-90 corridor, 9 Mile, you're at 35. So to the north, certainly colder than what we have to the south. As we look at our forecast for the day, that planning forecast says, yeah, you're going to need your sunglasses, no doubt about it, but bring a coat or light layers starting out. We're going to have 65 finally by noon. That is about average for this time of year. Our high today, sunny and 72.
Mark, thanks. Well, we're starting with breaking news this morning. A massive lawsuit places more blame on Inland Power and Light for the Gray Fire that burned hundreds of homes in Medical Lake last summer. Now, the fire started on August 18th last year at a property west of Medical Lake. Washington DNR says the fire started because of a faulty wire on a pole mounted by Inland Power. In the lawsuit just filed in Spokane Superior Court, 62 insurance companies say Inland Power had a responsibility to maintain and inspect that pole and should have known that failure to do so posed a substantial fire risk. This is not the only lawsuit filed against Inland Power over the Gray Fire, but it's the first we've seen filed by insurance companies who represented those who lost homes and other property during the fire. The lawsuit specifically blames Inland Power for not doing a preemptive power shutoff, even though they allege the company knew that the fire danger was high across Spokane County. The 47-page lawsuit details what the company say Inland Power should have known and should have done about it. You can find those details and those allegations up in this story right now on KXLY.com. Well, over the weekend, Avista turned off power for about 1,500 customers because of wildfire risk in the Indian Trail neighborhood. This is the first time Avista has ever done a preemptive public safety power shutoff. This is all part of Avista's wildfire resiliency plan that began last year. Avista uses a computer model to track weather conditions like wind speed and direction, humidity, and the dryness of potential wildfire fuels.
With the event that we saw, the winds were coming in, humidity was decreasing, and we haven't had significant precipitation for a long time, and those fuel conditions led us to be able to identify that one specific area that had critical risk.
Avista says it was inspired to create safety procedures for wildfires because many other utility companies on the West Coast have implemented similar plans. Malensky hopes customers will communicate with Avista during these emergency situations, especially if they have medical or life support needs. More breaking news this morning. This house on 10th Avenue near Thurman Road in Spokane Valley caught fire just before 2 o'clock this morning. Spokane Valley firefighters say 3 people were inside when it started. Thankfully, they all got out, but 2 of them are being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The fire is believed to have originated in the kitchen, but fire investigators are still looking into that official cause. Well, new this morning, nearly 47,000 dock workers are officially on strike from Maine all the way down to Texas. That strike starting at midnight across the country. Workers saying they want a pay increase and a total ban on automation. Hannah Joy's at the Breaking Now desk looking at this for us. And Hannah, what impacts can people expect from this strike on their lives?
Well, this is set to be one of the most disruptive strikes the U.S. has experienced in more than 4 decades. For one, a strike could raise the prices of what you buy at the store. And soon it may be hard to find some of your favorite foods or your next potential car. Right now, there are thousands of workers on the picket lines at 14 ports across the country. International Longshore Men's Association President Harold Daggett rallied union members outside New York City as the strike began.
I want to tell you all what you're doing is right. This is going down in history, what we're doing here.
This comes after members of the International Longshore Men's Association walked off the job 1 minute after midnight. Union members say they want a 77% wage increase over 6 years and a total ban of the automation of cranes, gates, and container moving trucks.
Workers are going to lose a lot of income during the strike, and the managers who manage the ports are going to feel the effects of lost sales and profits through the ports, and that's going to put pressure on both of them to lower their expectations.
A group that represents dock workers offered a 50% pay increase, meaning a prolonged strike could be crippling, potentially costing the U.S. economy up to $7.5 billion in 1 week.
We're deeply concerned about the impact that a strike could have on our supply chains, especially when it comes to critical goods like medical supplies and others.
However, President Biden could enforce union members back to work if a strike was considered a danger to the economy. But Biden has suggested he will not do that. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, tonight is the one and only vice presidential debate. And with predictions that this could be the closest election since 1876, the stakes are high. ABC's Perry Russum has a preview.
Vice presidential debates over the years have been memorable, like in 1988.
I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
In 1992.
Who am I? Why am I here?
And more recently in 2020, when a persistent fly would not leave Mike Pence alone. Tonight on this stage in New York, it will be 2 men with very different styles. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, the Yale-trained lawyer, against Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the former high school teacher and football coach. Walz taking a break from debate prep yesterday, speaking about Hurricane Helene.
Looking forward to tomorrow, but my thoughts are certainly in the southeast.
In a fundraising email, Walz says he's training to block J.D. Vance's twisted and dangerous agenda tonight. The campaign is downplaying expectations, with reports Walz is nervous and previously warned Vice President Kamala Harris that he's a bad debater. Vance staying out of the public eye yesterday. Former President Trump saying he's confident Vance will have the edge.
He's going up against a moron, a total moron. How she picked him is unbelievable. And I think it's a big factor. There's something wrong with that guy. He's sick.
Both candidates have work to do. A majority of voters believe neither Walz nor Vance are qualified to serve as president if needed. And a source with the Walz campaign says they're not convinced anything tonight will move the needle when it comes to November's election.
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
And you can tune in right here to watch that vice presidential debate right after a special edition of 4 News Now. Coverage begins at 5 o'clock. Well, this upcoming election, the city of Spokane is asking voters to consider an increase in sales and use tax by 0.1% for enhanced community safety. Now, if approved, this will cost you an estimated $1 for every $1,000 you spend. Necessities like food, prescription drugs, and rent will not be included. The money would go towards funding new equipment for the Spokane Fire Department, reinstating the Fire Academy, and more. A big chunk of this money would go towards Spokane Police. The goal is to bring back the traffic unit and neighborhood resource program.
It's going to be challenging to make those investments that we know people want. We are concerned about not having a fire academy. That could lead to shortages in personnel or paying a lot of overtime.
And you can find more information about what this community safety tax would fund. It's up right now on our website, KXLY.com. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:09. Checking back in with Mark Peterson here as those kids are getting off to school this morning. Like we said, you're going to want the jacket again.
Yeah, they're still going to wear the shorts.
Yeah.
I have now come to the conclusion that doesn't change.
It's always short weather, I guess.
Yeah, apparently it is. We do have, again, a few clouds, some blue sky, and the sun's not up for another half hour, but your full forecast is coming up.
Election day is coming up quickly. I'm sharing how the Spokane County Elections Office is keeping your ballot safe coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
And still to come, school bus uncertainty continues in Moses Lake, with parents not sure if their students will have a ride to or from school every day. What has led up to this situation and how parents are reacting? That's next. And today is day 19 in the strike at Boeing, and the first day without health insurance for people on the picket lines. What workers say it'll take to sign a contract. We'll tell you next on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. I can take real good care of you. See? All taken care of. Works perfectly for you, right?
It's important that you are taken care of properly. At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
It's fall and the games are on. Get out and support your local teams. Here's this week's schedule.
Here we go.
EWU.
Here we go now. Here we go. Here we go.
Gonzaga.
Now. Here we go. Here we go now.
U of I.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
WSU.
Here we go now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Whitworth.
Now. Here we go. Here we go now.
Game On is proudly brought to you by BECU.
We are Spokane Wellness Group. We are a provider of semaglutide, which is a medication that has been helping people lose weight and achieve their goals of being healthy. I wanted to know, what can this drug do for me if I don't change anything? So I've lost 65 pounds. We're trying to make it so everyday people can buy it and reap the benefits from that, because there are a lot of benefits from this medication, especially for people who are overweight. We'll be here for you. We want to help people.
The Spokane Home Builders Association and Fred's Appliance are proud to present the 20th annual Fall Festival of Homes, featuring 16 gorgeous homes from 11 of Spokane's finest builders, like Grit and Timber and Lennar. Whether buying, looking for remodeling ideas, or decorating inspirations, find it at the Fall Festival of Homes. Visit fallfestivalofhomes.com for all the details.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
It's a new season of Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekdays at 9 a.m.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Today is day 19 of the Boeing mechanics strike, and the first day they're without their employee health insurance and health insurance coverages. Union members say they won't return to work until they get fair wages and benefits, rejecting what Boeing called its best and final offer Friday. Workers say losing their Boeing employee health insurance won't persuade them to go back to work. The union previously stated their goals included a 40% wage increase over the length of a new contract, reinstatement of a pension program, and better health care options. Well, people in Beirut woke up to news today that the Israeli military had began ground operations in the country overnight. Israel says its Air Force and artillery-supported ground troops engaged in, quote, limited, localized, and targeted raids against Hezbollah. Israel assassinated Hezbollah's leader in Beirut last week. Israel says it wants a full-fledged invasion of Lebanon with the goal of enabling thousands of its citizens to safely return home. Sean Diddy Combs is appealing a federal judge's decision to deny him bail and place him in custody. An appeal was filed on behalf of the rapper by 2 lawyers who are new additions to his team. He's accused of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. The judge previously denied him bail based on fears he may try to tamper with witnesses. Now, Combs' considerable financial resources make him a flight risk. Today is America's 39th President Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday. More than 1,000 people are volunteering for Habitat for Humanity in St. Paul, Minnesota in his honor. After his lone term in the Oval Office ended in 1981, Carter and his wife, Rosalind, who passed away last November, began a new chapter of serving the country. Carter won't be at his birthday celebrations today. He'll remain in hospice care, where he's been for a year and a half now. President Carter has the record for the living the longest after his time in office. That's at 43 years and counting.
All right, good morning, everybody. Our 10-second takeaway on this Tuesday. It's going to be sunny and breezy today. Gusts to 30 miles an hour this afternoon. And so a warm layer starting the day, not going to be a bad idea, nor into the afternoon with a high of 72.
Starting this week, major transportation changes are coming to the Moses Lake School District. Parents will now have to go to bed without knowing if their students will have a ride to or from school the following day. Now, on Friday, the school district sent out a message saying due to a current shortage of bus drivers, it's reached a point where it may have to temporarily cancel bus routes.
He rides 2 different buses. So he rides one in the morning, but he has a different bus he brings home at night. So if they cancel one of the buses, he either gets to school or he gets home from school, but not the other.
Now, Josie Sisson has a 10th grade son who takes the bus to and from school. But this is not the first time the school district has implemented a policy like this. Sisson and other parents say the same thing happened last year, and so far, no bus routes have been canceled. Your Good Morning Northwest time is just about 6:16. Election day is quickly approaching here, and you can play a big role in ensuring election safety. After the break, Allison Martinez is live with how you can sign up to be an election observer and what you still need to know before casting your ballot. That's next.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Take a journey through the magical stories of Frozen 2, Aladdin, and more at Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. Coming to Spokane Arena October 18th through 20th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
From the ages of 13 to 15, I experienced childhood sexual abuse, and the abuse ended when I became pregnant. I made the choice to end my pregnancy. In Congress, Dave Reichert voted to ban abortion nationwide. He voted against exceptions. Reichert said as governor, he would work to unravel protection for abortion access here, and I think that is cruel. If Reichert becomes governor, I believe women are in danger. He's wrong for Washington.
Visit Harry Ritchie's in Coeur d'Alene to sell your valuables at our 3-day-only buying event from October 1st to October 3rd. Bring in your gold, silver, fine jewelry, diamonds, coins and currency, and more to receive a no-obligation offer and immediate payment. No appointment necessary. For more information and a full list of what we buy, go to nationalrarities.com.
What's all this? You said it was a recovery day. I got my yoga mat, foam roller, electrolytes, and protein bars. The whole setup.
Refrigerant recovery, Ben. We're recovering the refrigerant to fix the heat pump.
Oh, right. I knew that. Want a protein bar?
Get a free heat pump with every furnace purchase at Bill's Heating and AC while supplies last. Call now.
Electrolyte?
Ben, take the robe off.
This election season cut through the chaos with 4 News Now coverage for the people. The local races and issues that impact you and your family. No agenda, just information. Helping you make an informed decision on 4 News Now.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:18. The general election is just about a month away now, and when it comes to voting, election observers play a large role in keeping your ballots safe and secure. Our Allison Martinez is live this morning at the Spokane County Elections Office to explain how this process works and how you still can get involved. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. Election security has been a major topic of discussion in recent years. The integration of election observers helps to put confidence in this process. These election observers keep an eye on every step of ballot processing. Here in Spokane County, training for those election observers is happening today. Selecting these people works differently in every state, but in Washington, observers are appointed through political parties, campaigns, and candidates. Spokane County Elections Manager Mike McLaughlin says the process is often a stepping stone for those interested in working for the elections office in a larger scale.
A lot of observers have come through and said, oh, I want to be part of it and work for us. So they do. It's one way to learn what goes on, and then it's to become employees.
The Spokane County Elections Office has trained over 200 people for this election. If you would like a chance to become an election observer yourself, you can contact your party's local office. Now, for everyone, you can expect your ballots to be mailed out starting on October 9th. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez for News Now.
Allison, thanks so much. October 9th, that's coming up quick. Well, hey, here is a live look at your Tuesday as we kick off this new month here. Welcome to October. And you may have noticed those fall colors are just starting to creep out in some areas across town. Take a look at the Japanese Garden right now in Manitowoc Park. Absolutely gorgeous all year round, but especially when those fall colors are peeping through. If you want to go check this out before the end of the season, the Japanese Garden is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily through the end of October. So you still have time to take a walk through there, check everything out, and get outside while you still can, you know?
Yeah, Manitowoc Park, one of those hidden treasures, and even those who have lived here for decades, we tend to forget.
One of my
there's
favorites.
Beautiful areas there. All right, Good morning, everybody, and good morning to you. 30 into Deer Park. We've got 39 into Cheney. We got low 40s as we enter the valley. 44 into Coeur d'Alene, but 36 in Hayden. So we do have chilly temperatures out there. Get ready. Hour by hour, we warm up. We're going to be into the mid-50s by mid-morning. We're going to be in the mid-60s by midday, noon, about 65. But look at the winds starting to pick up, and we're going to see those winds sustained to 15 miles an hour and a high of 72 degrees today, which is above average. Nice. And we'll see that sunshine all the way through sunset. 6:50, by the way, is the official sunrise this morning. Days are getting shorter, no doubt about it. All right, satellite and radar. It's more cloud cover than anything else. Had a little bit of energy again along that Canadian line. We've got frost and freeze watches and warnings into western Montana and central Idaho. We're out of that, but it's still on the cool side. No, don't let that go. Make sure that you're dressed appropriately. The winds are going to start firing up. So we look at that wind forecast. This thing fires up this afternoon about 2 o'clock. We're going to see those gusty winds in excess of 20 miles an hour. Overnight, things calm down a little bit. Then we're going to see them fire back up again for Wednesday afternoon. So another breezy day, and it's going to be even cooler. Then we're going to see really some nice high pressure build in, and the winds are going to become much calmer as we get into Thursday and Friday. So variable clouds, we get that front that passes over. Behind it, that cooler air, the breezy conditions. Now on to Thursday. Now we're going to see a weak ridge of high pressure build back in. We don't have the winds associated with that, and it looks pretty good. Low 70s for us today, 70 into Colville, Winthrop at 72. Finally into the mid 70s again for Moses Lake, but Lewiston getting back into the 80s, 83 degrees after a cool day yesterday. Our planning forecast, cooler, 65 Wednesday, Thursday 67. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not a lot of wind. A 10% chance of a sprinkle on Friday. Otherwise, mid-70s all the way through this weekend. It's going to be absolutely beautiful to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, get outside and enjoy it. It's going to be gorgeous. Yeah. All right, thanks, Mark. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:23. If you're a fan of offensive football, then last night's Seahawks-Lions game was definitely the game for you. While the Hawks couldn't sneak out a win in last night's matchup, there were a lot of takeaways. And after the break, our Julian Minnesota will break it all down. It's coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Every fire season is more intense than the last, but Initiative 2117 will cut programs to prevent wildfires at a time we can't afford to. 2117 goes against everything we do. Vote no on 2117. It's a bad deal for Washington.
Our story began with my dad becoming forgetful, that then morphed into an Alzheimer's diagnosis. And at the same time, my mom had Parkinson's. I want the best for my parents because they wanted the best for me. I think if I had Wa Cares, I would have had a different reality. There's a little less pressure, a lot less fear. Wa Cares and your ability to take it to another state is huge.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
At Fred's, not only do we guarantee the best prices, we prove it. Our live price card keeps things transparent, showing you real-time prices. No gimmicks, just the best prices on in-stock, get-it-today inventory. And when it comes to beating the big box stores, our prices aren't just competitive, they're unbeatable. Check out how we stack up. Whether it's this amazing new fridge or this energy-efficient dishwasher, Fred's prices are always the best. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Who isn't looking for extra ways to save some money these days, right? I'm always looking for new ways to save, but I haven't found anything better than my Ascend checking account. It's a free account that offers 3.5% of your average monthly balance. That could feed your coffee obsession for 2 weeks. Not only am I earning money, but it also has all the best features of a checking account. What's not to love?
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
Across our state, we have roads and bridges in desperate need of repair. But Initiative 2117 would make things even worse, slashing funding for infrastructure, putting all of us at risk. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minenso. The Seahawks were handed their first loss of the season, falling to the Detroit Lions 42-29. The Seahawks offense played well. Quarterback Geno Smith threw for nearly 400 yards, and running back Kenneth Walker had 3 touchdowns in his first game back since returning from an oblique injury. But the Lions had all the answers. Quarterback Jared Goff went a perfect 18 for 18. He also caught a touchdown pass. Now Seattle returns home next weekend to face the New York Giants. Now, Idaho is the first college football team in the Northwest to broadcast its games in Spanish this season. Former Idaho kicker Ricardo Chavez and Mariners play-by-play announcer Steve Wash will be on the call. Now, the first of 3 games is this Saturday against Northern Arizona. Now, for both guys, it's less about the accolades and more about bringing football to the Latino community.
University is actually looking out after us Latinos and trying to, showing us how important the community is to the university. That speaks leaps and bounds. And I hope this is just the beginning.
It's such small community in Moscow. You know, not too many people are out there, but those that are, you know, it matters a lot to them.
And you can listen on the Varsity Network app or on govandals.com. That kickoff is at 2 o'clock on Saturday. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:27. It's a big win for abortion rights in the state of Georgia. A judge ruling the state's ban is unconstitutional. What this ruling now means and how pro-life lawmakers are reacting. That's next. Plus, a wild story of a dog getting stuck in a very precarious situation, how he was rescued and returned home. We'll tell you after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tuesday night, watch the vice presidential debate live on ABC.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Are you a daredevil who drives on empty to see if you can make it? At Numerica, you'll find money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
When a loved one gets sick, it's usually women
who have to leave their jobs to care for them.
Now, I-2124 would take long-term care benefits away from millions of families.
forcing them on to private insurance
that charges women 70% more than men,
and denies coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
So vote no.
because our loved ones can't afford to lose their long-term care benefits.
And neither can we.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables.
This is Tony.
Things that I've tried have failed.
And this is Tony's Good Feet story.
Before my arch supports, I felt defeated. But since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain, which still is kind of crazy to me. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone. You've tried everything that's not working, give it a try.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now Story Tracker, following the stories people are reading about this morning. Hundreds of people are still unaccounted for in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Food and water distribution is ramping up in North Carolina, which got nearly 30 inches of rain. The governor says the damage is extensive and devastating. Helene now ranks among the deadliest storms to hit the U.S. in modern history, with more than 130 deaths now confirmed in 6 states. Migrant crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border remain at their at their lowest levels since 2020. Officials credit President Joe Biden's executive action that was announced back in June. It bars migrants from seeking asylum in the U.S. southern border and implements harsh consequences on those illegally crossing. Immigration is one of the top issues for voters in this upcoming presidential election. Thanks so much for starting your morning with us right here on Good Morning Northwest. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Tuesday, October 1st. Welcome to a new month. Robin has the morning off. We're going to start things off with Mark Peterson here and a look at our first alert forecast as he's taking a live look outside.
Yet another crisp start to our day. Now, we do have blue sky, a little bit of high thin clouds. We're sitting at 43 into the West Plains, but to the north, it's much colder. Temperatures at or below freezing. Here's a look at the 4 things we want you to know. The sun's going to be out today. It's going to be warmer today. But this afternoon, this evening, it's going to be breezy. We're going to have winds 30 miles an hour. It is a very dry forecast coming up, but also a great week ahead. Temperature-wise, it's going to be beautiful. Forecast radar, yeah, we're going to see those clouds, and we're going to see that cold front come in advance. Again, those breezy conditions coming up. That's going to pass overnight. Cooler weather coming in for tomorrow, and Wednesday is going to be breezy as well. 30 into Deer Park right now, 35 at a 9 Mile, and then we have temperatures in the low 40s on the I-90 corridor, 41 at Fairchild, chillier at 39 degrees. We all warm up. We all have sunshine. It's really going to be a fairly nice day skywise, and even the temperature is about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, with temperatures in the mid-60s at noon. Our high today is going to be 72 and breezy.
Mark, thanks. Well, this election year, in the wake of overturning Roe v. Wade, abortion access has become a major talking point for candidates. And just yesterday, a judge ruled Georgia's 6-week abortion ban is unconstitutional. Our Hannah Joy's at the Breaking Now desk for this morning. And Hannah, this ruling on abortion will impact many people living in Georgia. What do we know about it?
Yesterday, a state judge near Atlanta ruled Georgia's abortion ban unconstitutional. The ban was put in effect in 2022, but now this new ruling will allow procedures to continue beyond 6 weeks into pregnancy. Governor Brian Kemp has signed the measure in 2019, but legal challenges kept it from taking effect until 2022. Now, a judge has ruled that a woman has the power to control her own body and to reject state interference with her health choices, but the judge said that power has limits. That means abortions will be allowed until 22 weeks of pregnancy. However, after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the power to regulate the procedure returned to the states. Governor Brian Kemp said protecting the lives of the most vulnerable is one of the most sacred responsibilities, and Georgia will continue to be a place where we fight for the lives of the unborn. As of now, it is unclear if anti-abortion supporters will appeal Monday's ruling. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks for that update. Well, thousands of people who use Verizon were part of a massive cell phone service outage yesterday. According to the website Down Detector, more than 104,000 Verizon users were without service across the U.S. Some phones entered into an SOS mode, leaving them unable to place calls or send or receive text messages. Verizon posted on social media that it was working on fixing that outage. People with other self-service providers may have had trouble reaching Verizon users. Verizon is one of the largest cell phone carriers in the world, with about 114 million wireless subscribers in the U.S. alone. Well, people heading to Spokane Falls Community College will definitely notice a slowdown on their morning commute. That's because street maintenance is underway on Wish-Tox Way. The road has been reduced to one lane in either direction from the TJ Minot Bridge to North Government Way. Crews are adding a thin overlay of asphalt and striping the road, which will take about 2 weeks. Now, for everyone's safety, drivers are reminded and encouraged to slow down and pay attention to all those road signs.
Orange cone, and then boom. I had to slam on my brakes because people in front of me were also doing that.
Well, Spokane Falls Community College says it's keeping an eye on the construction project and will communicate with students and faculty if transportation becomes an issue. For now, it'll just require a little bit of patience on weekdays from 7 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now on to an incredible story out of Florida this morning. A dog that was hit by a car was found stuck inside of the car alive more than 12 hours later. Take a look at this. A woman driving at night said the dog darted in front of her car, but it wasn't until the next day that she realized that he was stuck inside the grill of her car. She says she drove him immediately to an auto shop where the crew was able to get him out.
It wasn't his time to go. The only way I can explain it is the dog hit the perfect spot, perfect time. I think the dog just punctured this, got trapped inside, closed back up.
Now, safely back home with his family, Barbaros, the 1.5-year-old pup there, is back to his normal routine. And after all that, he's still looking happy and healthy and safe. I'm glad they were able to get him out safe. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:35. Checking back in with Mark Peterson. You know, when those cold temperatures are happening out there, it's a good reminder that sometimes kittens like to crawl up in your car if it's warm.
Yeah, the warm engine certainly brings in all kinds of wildlife, actually.
I know.
All right, air quality is good. We could see that move into moderate. We could see a little more smoke, higher elevational smoke come into our area. We have a beautiful shot of the sunrise and a warmer day on tap. Full forecast coming up.
Gorgeous sunrise for sure. Well, women are trying new things to deal with nausea during pregnancy, but some are bringing new risks. Coming up, what new research shows about cannabis. And good news on the cost of prescription drugs, what's bringing down those prices and how soon you'll see the savings. Before we go to break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, community members joining the race to get relief into areas hard hit by Hurricane Helene. In western North Carolina, the region in desperate need of water. This group of realtors in neighboring Winston-Salem collecting it by the caseload.
We just felt like we needed to do something. When I woke up on Saturday morning, I still had power. I still had my family. I knew where they were, and other people can't say that.
And in Greenville, Tennessee, Marcus Stokely, owner of Well Station Barbecue, collecting thousands of dollars along with supplies to help his hometown.
I've always said food is something that brings people together. I'm cooking about 50 pork butts, smoking them.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on Helene's aftermath and the many groups helping their community recover. With your GMA First Look, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Charlotte.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Women, were you exposed to Dactyl while you were pregnant? Infant birth defects are caused by this toxic weed killer used in farming, landscaping, and gardening. As a result, the EPA has asked agricultural workers to stop using Dactyl, also known as DCPA. If you or your child was injured by Dactyl, protect your rights for compensation. Call Weitz and Luxembourg today at 917-LAWYERS to learn more. That's 917-LAWYERS.
Respect, protect, pay essential grocery store workers.
We all recognize today's workplace safety challenges.
My union negotiated strong safety language, addressing the important issues we face in our stores.
UFCW 3000 fights to make sure that essential workers get better wages, respect on the job, and a safe workplace.
That's the peace of mind my family and I need. If you'd like a strong union in your workplace, contact us here.
Each month, 4 News Now is focusing on a cause that's important to our community by helping to get the message out. This is Good for You to Know.
At Ability, we can empower anyone with a disability to realize their dreams and their goals. Our staff are a bunch of dedicated individuals who absolutely love what they do and have a passion and a heart for this work. The real magic happens when our job developers build that relationship with the business, then they'll introduce the client to that business, and then the outcome happens. And then down the road, you see that culture within the workplace develop and change. You can't put a price on what our folks can bring to the work environment. They're getting that interaction out in the community. That's how that becomes super powerful. You know, it elevates not only the client, but the family as well. When life says you can't, Ability says you can.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today, we honor Sindhu Sarapanini. She created a nonprofit that inspires youth to accept who they are by empowering self-confidence and growth.
Sindhu is an active leader in her community, teaching art and dance, raising funds for nonprofits, and serving over 1,000 volunteer hours.
As I got older, I realized that I have the ability to help make a change, so that's why I'm doing this.
Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:41. More women are using cannabis while they're pregnant, and new research shows that's linked to higher blood pressure. Previous studies have shown that infants whose mothers use cannabis during pregnancy have increased risks like preterm birth and low birth weight. But new research is now showing there's also health risks affecting the moms. Researchers from Kaiser Permanente found mothers who used cannabis in some of the first trimester of pregnancy had a 1.17 times increased risk of high blood pressure. They also had an increased risk of preeclampsia, a more severe high blood pressure condition that can be detrimental for both mom and baby. Well, hundreds of thousands of Medicare patients across the U.S. will be seeing lower prices on dozens of prescription drugs. The Biden administration announcing Medicare Part B enrollees will pay less for 54 different prescription drugs. Many of those drugs are used to treat cancer, osteoporosis, pneumonia, and other conditions. The cuts are possible through a provision in the Inflation Reduction Act, making drug companies pay the rebates if they raise Medicare prices faster than the rate of inflation. Patients will start seeing the price drops this week.
Here is a quick check, a 10-second check of your forecast. Going to be sunny, breezy this afternoon, gusts to 30, 35 miles an hour over in the West Plains. Grab a warm layer this morning, your shades as well. 72 the high today.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:42. Soon those ballots will start showing up in your mailbox, but there's still time to get involved for this year's election. Allison Martinez is live at the elections office with details.
Over 200 people in Spokane County have gone through training to become election observers. I'm sharing how you can join them coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap.
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's the one call that's all, guys.
You deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
I know that things feel lost and hopeless and life is out of control, but there's hope and there are people out there that love you and care and who are praying for you without you even knowing. freedom is possible. Your life could look totally different.
Now at Northern Quest, Thursdays are almost Fridays. So clock out any Thursday and let nothing stand in the way of your early weekend. Enjoy $4 mixed drinks from Brown Family Spirits, 4 for $4 wings at East and Epic, $4 mini nachos at Qdoba, and a $4 burger at Fatburger. Plus, free mystery rewards just for showing up. Almost Fridays, every Thursday at Northern Quest. Details at northernquest.com.
From the ages of 13 to 15, I experienced childhood sexual abuse, and the abuse ended when I became pregnant. I made the choice to end my pregnancy. In Congress, Dave Reichert voted to ban abortion nationwide. He voted against exceptions. Reichert said as governor, he would work to unravel protection for abortion access here, and I think that is cruel. If Reichert becomes governor, I believe women are in danger. He's wrong for Washington.
Attention high school sports fans. Your school could be featured on 4 News Now Game of the Week. Go to KXLY.com, vote for your favorite game, and your team could be the featured game on Friday Night Sports Extra. 4 News Now Game of the Week. Brought to you by BECU.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back. The time right now, 6:45. General Election Day is coming up quick here, and once you send off your ballot, you can ensure that it's secure with the help of election observers. And our Allison Martinez is live this morning at the Spokane County Elections Office to kind of explain how this process works and how there's still time for you to get involved.
That's right. Good morning, Natalie. Election security has been a major topic of discussion in recent years. The integration of election observers helps to put more confidence in this process. These election observers have an eye on every step of ballot processing. Here in Spokane County, training for these election observers is actually happening today. Selecting these people works differently in every state, but in Washington, observers are appointed through political parties, campaigns, and candidates.
Observers are an important part. One, they're watching what we're doing, they're seeing all the processes and learning what we actually do here as far as signature verification, the counting of the ballots, ensuring that every ballot is counted.
The Spokane County Elections Office has trained over 200 people for this election. You can contact your party's local office to become an observer yourself. Ballots for the general election will start to be mailed out on October 9th. The Spokane County Elections Office is urging people to get their ballots in as soon as possible. Don't wait and deal with that last-minute slowdown there at the end for the final push. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Yeah, not a good idea to stress about it in the very end there. All right, thanks, Allison. This is a live look at our start of our day this morning. We've been tracking kind of a gorgeous sunrise popping up with the pink colors in the horizon.
Yeah, no, we're going to see maybe an increased amount of beautiful sunrises. We're going to get a little more smoke coming in, but it's higher elevational smoke, and that affects that. All right, so waking up this morning, cool, start cold. I mean, 30 into Deer Park, 41 into Spangle. Low 40s downtown now to 39. You just need that extra layer starting the day. And of course, as you go through the closet, coats for kids, right? You can start donating today. We'll have more information on that in the days to come. For 8 o'clock, we're going to be in the low 40s. The winds through 11 o'clock, not a big deal. It starts picking up this afternoon with that front starting to make its way in. So those sustained winds to anywhere from 13 to 15 miles an hour. Warming, I mean, 70 by 2, 72 will be our high today, almost to dinner time. And then we start to see, again, those gusty winds to 30 miles an hour potentially. But again, 72 the high today. The forecast for those wind gusts, we're going to see those really start to pick up into the West Plains. That's going to be, again, around noon. Coming in 2 o'clock, we really start to feel it into the valley. That's going to continue until sundown. Calms down a little bit, and then we're going to see it fire back up again for Wednesday afternoon. So another breezy day, but it'll be cooler, so it will feel colder, and then it gets warmer. It's going to be a great, interesting end of the week. It's going to be perfect. But getting there, we're going to have these transitional days. Again, we see the cloud cover, mountain shower possible, but not really expected. And then through Wednesday, we're dry, high and dry all the way through Thursday. We really start warming up Thursday into the weekend. 72 the high today, 74 Ritzville, Tri-City 79 degrees. So the planning forecast tomorrow, breezy 65 degrees, calmer and mild on Thursday at 67. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Start making your plans now. It's going to be above average. Temperatures in the mid 70s. Monday 71. Now, does it start to fall off? Does it get crazy cold? No. We're into the mid 70s. We dip a little bit, and then it looks like a week from now we're back into the mid 70s. So this is going to be a nice, warm, unfortunately very dry run as we go through the first week of October.
All right. So just be careful with burning or anything along those lines, but it's going to be gorgeous. All right, thanks, Mark. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49. Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest. What a gorgeous start to our day. Welcome to the month of October. We'll see you after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
Every fire season is more intense than the last, but Initiative 2117 will cut programs to prevent wildfires at a time we can't afford to. 2117 goes against everything we do. Vote no on 2117. It's a bad deal for Washington.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
We're Ken and Donnie.
We're not brother and sister.
We're not husband and wife.
She's not my daughter.
He's not just arm candy.
Hey.
We're not bulldogs.
And we're not hammers.
What we are, we're advocates.
And so if you've been injured, we fight for you.
The insurance companies know us.
And they know we're ready to go to court.
Our record shows we do what it takes to win.
If you've been seriously injured in a crash,
you deserve more than just a law firm.
You deserve an advocate. Hard candy.
You're busy, so at Car Wash Plaza, we're open 24/7 to match your schedule. Plus, we have safety surveillance lights and security cameras throughout the facility. It's easy with multiple payment options, cash, debit, or credit. There's even more reasons to visit our Car Wash Plaza. Our discount cars ensure major savings, and they're good at all our locations.
Car Wash Plaza, it's the best in the Northwest.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Across our state, we have roads and bridges in desperate need of repair. But Initiative 2117 would make things even worse, slashing funding for infrastructure, putting all of us at risk. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprint. Mark Peterson is here with details on a beautiful day on the horizon. Allison Martinez is live at the Spokane County Elections Office with how you can become an election observer and when those ballots will be hitting your mailbox. And Hannah Joy live in studio with updates on a port worker strike that could disrupt the U.S. economy. But first, we start with more blame on Inland Power and Light for the Gray Fire that burned hundreds of homes in Medical Lake last summer. Now, the fire started on August 18th last year at a property west of Medical Lake. Washington DNR says the fire started because of a faulty wire on a pole that was mounted by Inland Power. In the lawsuit just filed in Spokane Superior Court, 62 insurance companies say Inland Power had a responsibility to maintain and inspect that pole and should have known that a failure to do so caused a substantial fire risk. Now, this is not the only lawsuit filed against Inland Power over the Gray Fire, but it's the first we've seen filed by insurance companies who represented those who lost homes and other property during the fire. The lawsuit specifically blames Inland Power for not doing a preemptive power shutoff, even though they allege the company knew the fire danger was high across Spokane County. And over the weekend, Avista turned off power for about 1,500 customers because of wildfire risk in the Indian Trail neighborhood. The first time that Avista has ever done a preemptive public safety power shutoff. Now, this is all part of Avista's wildfire resiliency plan that began last year. Avista uses a computer model to track weather conditions like wind speed and direction, humidity, and the dryness of potential wildfire fuels. Avista says it was inspired to create safety procedures for wildfires because many other utility companies on the West Coast have implemented similar plans. Well, this morning we're tracking breaking news. A house on 10th Avenue near Thurman Road in Spokane Valley caught fire just before 2 o'clock this morning. Spokane Valley firefighters say 3 people were inside when it started, and thankfully all of them got out, but 2 are being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The fire is believed to have originated in the kitchen, but fire investigators are still looking into an official cause.
Breezy conditions, really the headline in our first alert weather. It's going to be a nice day today, but we're going to have those winds really firing up this afternoon. Sustained 13, 14, 15 miles an hour. Gusts in excess of 20, though, for this afternoon and again tomorrow. So we want you to be aware of that. Put that umbrella on the back porch down. 42 into the valley, 30 into Deer Park starting the day. We're going to have a high today of sunshine and 72.
This upcoming election season, the city of Spokane is asking voters to consider an increase in the sales and use tax by 0.1% for enhanced community safety. If approved, this will cost you an estimated $1 for every $1,000 you spend. Necessities like food, prescription drugs, and rent will not be included. Now, the money would go towards funding new equipment for the Spokane Fire Department, reinstating the Fire Academy, and more. A big chunk of that money would also go to Spokane Police. The goal is to bring back the traffic unit and neighborhood resource program. You can find more information about what this community safety tax would fund. It's up on our website, KXLY.com.
Election day is sneaking up on us very quickly, and election security has been a major topic of discussion. In Spokane County, you can become an election observer. Training is actually happening today, and if you'd like to get involved, you can contact your party's local affiliate. Now, ballots for registered voters will be sent out starting on October 9th through October 11th. For more information on everything you need to know regarding this upcoming election, you can go to our website, KXLY.com.
Well, tonight is the one and only vice presidential debate, and with predictions that this could be the closest election since 1876, the stakes are high. You can tune in tonight to watch the vice presidential debate. That's right here after a special edition of 4 News Now. Coverage starts at 5 o'clock. Starting this week, major transportation changes are coming to Moses Lake at the school district. Parents will now have to go to bed without knowing if their student will have a ride to or from school the following day. Well, on Friday, the district sent out a message saying due to the current shortage of bus drivers, it's reached a point where it may have to temporarily cancel bus routes. But this is not the first time the school district has implemented a policy like this. Some parents say the same thing happened last year. So far, no bus routes have been canceled.
New this morning, nearly 47,000 dock workers are officially on strike from Maine to Texas. That strike starting at midnight across the country. Workers saying they want a pay increase and a total ban on automation. This is said to be one of the most disruptive strikes the U.S. has experienced in more than 4 decades.
And we will be back with another check of our forecast with Mark. Take a look at this gorgeous sunrise. Welcome to your day today. We'll see you right after this break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, we've got money answers for people with batrachophobia. Honestly, same. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
This election season cut through the chaos with 4 News Now coverage for the people. The local races and issues that impact you and your family. No agenda, just information. Helping you make an informed decision on 4 News Now.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care, it's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
All right, so I can feel the hoodies, the light layers coming out of the closets, maybe the crock pot, right? It's got that cold feel, got some high, thin clouds there. 72 is going to be our high today, but it's going to be the gusty afternoon winds that we're going to be seeing, not only today, but again tomorrow. Now, the planning forecast, planning on a gorgeous weekend, so we're going to have time to make some plans to get some real work done outside, perhaps. 65 Wednesday, breezy. Thursday, 67, and then we're into the mid-70s. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's going to be beautiful. Even the beginning of next week, above average, sunny and 71.
It's called soup season. That's what you're feeling. We'll see it throughout the morning on Good Morning America. It starts right now.